Hi there, this is Jeanette Comerford, and this is another video in my Christmas 2014 series. I am going to be using this stamp set from Stampin' Up. It's called Bright and Beautiful, as well as their star framelits to create that star ornament. I took some heavy-duty craft cardstock, and I'm running my embossing tool over that just to remove any static, and then I inked up the large star in the set with Versamark. I am going to stamp that 2 times so that I have a star for each side of the ornament. I'm just going to apologize. As I was watching the video, I realized that my camera was shaking sometimes, so I hadn't noticed that while I was filming. So you'll see that a couple of times throughout the video, and I apologize for that. So now that the 2 stars are stamped out, I will take white embossing powder and I will just sprinkle that over the cardstock, and it will adhere to the Versamark ink. And if there's any stray powder adhering to the cardstock, if you just tap the back, it will remove it. It will fall off. And if there's anything else, you can usually, like here you can see I'm just sort of removing a little bit with my finger. It won't stick. It just sticks to the Versamark ink. So that is my heat embossing tool, and as I sort of run it over the image, the embossing powder will melt, and you can see that it turns that beautiful crisp white color. And I just love the effect of white embossing powder on craft cardstock. I think it's so pretty. I think these stars look almost like they're gingerbread ornaments. It's really cute. So once that is all done, I am going to take out my Big Shot, and I will use the star framelits to cut out the image. Now I had a magnetic platform there, but I found that the die was still moving a little bit. I think possibly because the cardstock was a little wavy from being heated. So I just added this piece of post-it tape just for extra security. I really didn't want the die moving once I started running it through. So I'm doing the same thing for the second star, and I will run that through. And then I took the larger star that comes in the set. It's slightly bigger than the one I just used. I think I'm going to show it to you here in a moment. And I took some just plain craft cardstock and I cut that out once. So then I took that star, and I have this paper crimper, and I just ran it through the paper crimper, and then you can see how it gives that sort of neat effect to the star. And I'm going to be using this as the base for my ornament. So I'm just taking my big bite and cutting a hole and just enlarging the hole a little bit so that I can put that brad in, and then I just crimp it closed. To adhere my little stars to the larger star, I decided to use some Score Pal tape, just because sometimes if you add glue it sort of warps the paper. So I thought this is pretty sturdy adhesive, and it did in fact work really well. It stuck on to the star and it stayed put. So I'm just going to line that up, make sure it's even all around, and press it down, and then I'll do the same thing for the other side. The next thing I did was I took some satin ribbon, I think this is called Real Red, from Stampin' Up, and I'm just threading that through the brad, and I'm going to tie a knot at the top, And then I'll just pull the ribbon until the knot is behind the ornament, the back of the ornament, and then I'll just cut the two sides, even them off a little bit. And then I took some twine from Lawn Fawn, and then I just wrapped that around close to the edge of where the star is, and I just tied a bow. And that holds the ribbon in place, and it just adds another pop of that white color to the ornament. So that's it. That's my ornament done. I hope you enjoyed watching. I have a list of the supplies at the end of my video.